Welcome back to the Thunderian here. This is Mike. I'm going to talk about Wave 11 of Thundercats Ultimates from Super 7 in a tale spanning the centuries from Thundera to Third Earth. A rogues gallery of villains and a pantheon of heroes have helped shape the Thundercats' epic journey. Super 7's latest release of 7-inch scale Thundercats Ultimates figures include some of the greatest and most memorable characters. Luna and Amok, Berbil, a Thunderian guard, and even the mighty Claudus. These highly articulated, made-to-order Thundercats Ultimates figures feature intricate sculpt, premium paint detail, interchangeable heads, hands, and assortment of accessories, the highlight of any collection. Here's the thing, I knew that this wave was coming. I didn't know it was coming today. I also guessed two of them. I thought we'd get the a Robert Bill. I didn't know it'd be Bill. I didn't know which one it would be, but you know, Bill would probably be the most popular, most common, and you could kind of trick build it because there were a lot of them that looked like him. But we'll get into all of this. I also guessed that we would get another Luna attack. The Luna and Amok made sense, and it's in here, but it's expensive. We'll talk about each one of these and what I think of each one. I think it's a decent wave. Coming up. So I want to start with the Royal Thunderian Guard. The thing is, I didn't know this was a thing. I'm sure it was in the cartoon. I'm sure I missed it. I don't watch it all the time. I don't think I've even seen the entire series. I'm almost through the series, but it does look cool. It does look interesting. This is something I did pre-order one of every one of these. I'm noticing some pinless elbows and knees, so it is an advanced sculpt, and it looks pretty good. Of course, it doesn't have the double jointed knees and double jointed elbows and all that, but looks cool. The thing about this one is I didn't know much about it, but I'm starting to think this is one they're wanting you to troop build, or to get a few of. Here's what all's going to be in the package. Looks like he's got some sort of a spear, staff, and he's got a couple of laser pistols, a laser rifle, a laser pistol, some hands. Not really a whole lot with this guy, but it would be kind of cool to have a few of them, I guess. But especially when you think about it, this is coming in, what, February 2025, so we should already have our Cat's Lair by then, hopefully, and then you'd need a few of these to protect your Cat's Lair. Is that a thing? That'd be kind of cool, kind of interesting. Two different head sculpts. One kind of shows some teeth, and one's got his mouth closed. Here is the in-package mock-up shot, and it never ever matches what really comes out, but it's almost like, why do they bother with this shot? It never ever matches, but still looks kind of cool. And you're going to have that LJN vintage kind of background look going on with it. So there it goes. I think it's a solid one. I think it's interesting. It's not what I would have picked, though. I would not have picked this to be one, but it's cool to have. Next up is Claudus. When I first heard about this character and being Lion-O's dad, I thought, how come we've never gotten a figure of it? If LJN kept going, would we get this character? And this is quintessentially what I like the most about Super 7. Yes, we get a lot of those offshoot ones from the LJN line, the harder to get ones, but we also get characters that have never been made before. And like I've said in the past, how long would it take any other company to get to a Claudus figure? Would that be wave 25 or something for another company's doing it? So that's a kudos to Super 7. I know some people are going to be like, why do we need his character? But I think it's a good choice. I wouldn't have guessed it either. So I did not guess these first two at all. And I think he looks pretty good. Let's see what all he comes with, though. Comes with this, I guess it's some sort of an instrument panel cluster thing. All right, it says it right here. A time capsule, a cane, 3 pairs of hands, 2 head sculpts, and Claudus figure, and plans for the Thunderian war robot. Okay, that's what that little, I guess that rolled up thing on the side there, is that what that is? So, pretty cool stuff, pretty cool looking figure, and how will it come packaged? Well, I don't even know why I bother showing this, but this is what they assume it's going to come packaged. Do think it's a pretty solid release, a solid figure. I like it overall, and looks good. I'm wondering about the kind of skirt thing he's got going on there. Is that going to be like hard rubber? I'm not sure. So, will be interesting to see. what happens with that. It does not look at all like soft goods, so it's either rubber or plastic. Next up, we have the Luna and Amok figure 2-pack, which you have to sell them as a 2-pack because you wouldn't want them separate. And it is $85. It is a massive, massive figure and a tiny little figure with it. I would have rather it been 75. I would have rather it been 60, but it's 85. I did pre-order it. I will be getting one, which kind of gets into a weird thing. I haven't seen any Thundercats or Silverhawks being sold on the secondary market for these new waves cheaper than retail. In fact, everyone's asking retail or higher on eBay, but G.I. Joe, for whatever reason, the G.I. Joe stuff, I've seen it selling for as cheap as $26 for the newest waves that are showing up, which I can't explain that. But why Thundercats, there's not that showing up? I don't get it. But anyway, looking at this though, $85, it's either pay it or you just won't get it, is the way it's looking. And I have one pre-ordered. I wouldn't mind getting a second set cheaper if they have a sale or something down there. But I think it looks really good. And let's see what it looks like with her riding the Amok. So this does it looks right to me from what I think of when I think of the Lunatics and that whole series of episodes. It looks right. Now, there are 3 head sculpts for him and 2 for her. So that's what's in there. He's got ginormous hands. She's probably the smallest swappable hands out of any figure. Probably even smaller than what we're going to get with these cats, the Wildcats, the Thunder Kittens, but still looks pretty cool. Okay, what does it say? 2 head sculpts, 3 pairs of hands, riding crop. So I guess what's in her hand is a riding crop. Amok will have 3 head sculpts, 3 pairs of hands. So not really a bunch of accessories with it. You're literally just getting the figure for the most part and a riding crop. They did want to specify how big this guy is. So he is 8.5 inches in depth, which is a deep, deep depth. So there's a lot of plastic involved, and 6 inches tall, which it is a 7-inch toy line. So he should be technically shorter than the average figure because he's hunched over. So it would display well with yours. So that seems right to me. I'm not sure. I know there's been a lot of criticism on the latest waves. Those figures are too short. So I don't know how this falls into it, but I still think it looks good. 85's pretty steep. This is the boxed in package box shot of it, which again, it probably won't look like this. It's got to be a big box too. It's got to be a big box. So anyway, there it is. Let's move to the next one. Next up, we have Berbil, and this is the Berbils. Obviously, we're going to be getting all 3 of the Berbils. And, what is it? Bert and Berbil, I think. So we should be getting all 3 of them. And seeing as how they've already got the mold, they're going to reuse the mold probably. But it's interesting because sometimes they don't reuse the mold and they make them way different. So it will be interesting to see how it goes with that. But it is going to be another small figure. We got another snarfer situation with small figure syndrome for $55. So what do you get?
What do we get for $10?
$5. Let's kind of go over that. You get a bunch of accessories. So it's accessory heavy, I guess. Well, not too heavy. We have Berbil figure, 2 head skulls, 4 pairs of hands, torch knife, Berbil fruit, and lantern cat's lair blueprint. So this is kind of cool. Also, you got 2 head sculpts. One of the head sculpts looks like the eyes are lit up when they talk. The eyes flash, so you can pick either one. That's kind of a cool idea. That's kind of interesting. So I do want to say that is an interesting, cool idea. I do say I really wished it would have been a 2-pack. I have to admit that. I wish they would have done these in 2-packs. And, I mean, even if you got Berbil and Bert, and then you've got, like a citizen, just a standard Robert and Belle, would have been nice. They never do stuff like that. Although they just, I said that, they just did that with the Lunatics, but that's $85, so it's not really a huge value. in my opinion, it's not a great value for that one. For this, are you getting $55 worth? No, you're not. But either, I guess, get it or don't. We will build your home. So here is the plans for the Cat Slayer. And it really does feel like a lot of this is stuff that's Cat Slayer centric. Aside from just perpetually moving to give us all the Lunatics. So we get all the Lunatics, and then this is a Cat Slayer wave in a way. Because the Berbil's built a Cat Slayer. You're going to see Claudus. I mean, I'm sure he's going to have some sort of a role, some great place to put him in there. And he has that time travel device that looks like it would fit in the Cat Slayer really well. And then you get guards to guard Cat Slayer. So all this really feels like Cat Slayer stuff. Pretty interesting. Here's the fake mock-up packaging for Berbil Bill. He's a Berbil Bill. And yeah, if this is what it comes out, how it looks, that's cool, but it probably won't. Anyway, looks good. All right, so my closing comments and thoughts. Now that I just kind of just put out the information, this is what's coming. These are the price points. Everything's $55 except for the Lunatac 2-pack. I think these are great. The guard is probably, in my opinion, the least of these, the least important of these, but it's still interesting. I think fans are like, where are we with just getting the figures remade that was part of the LJN? Like, I would have liked to see a Stinger or a Driller. I would have rather have seen that in here. So yes, Stinger or Driller would have been a better option than that guard, in my opinion. It would have been awesome. I want to see what they do with those characters. So I think we need those. And then you get into kind of like where's Safari Joe and some of these other ones that they have not made yet. And the reason I think we haven't seen Safari Joe and some of these other ones is because how poorly Captain Cracker performed. That thing is just like on the secondary market, you can get it for $20. So people just don't seem to care about that one for whatever reason. And I just want to say that this decent wave, but if you don't pre-order it, you might not get it. Think about those vac metalized Silverhawks. They're sold out. I don't see any of these showing up for sales just yet. And I think they're deep into low production area. A low production quantity area time frame will probably be for several years. At least the rest of this year, at least through 2025 of this low production. So I did pre-order one of each. I'm curious what you guys think. What do you think about this wave? Is it a good wave? Are you pre-ordering any of it? Are you passing on all of it? And I'm sure there's, of course, people that watch this that are like, hey, I don't care about Thundercats, but it's interesting to see what's going on. And then there's going to be the whole crowd that's like, they wished any other company makes it than Super 7. That's fine. I understand that too. But you can't deny the fact that another company would have made Claudus. Probably wouldn't have made these Lunatacs. Probably not Berbils either. So this whole wave only exists because Super 7 is continuing it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe. Thunderian Hanger out.